Hello and welcome back to 2K14 Universe. I am Jitch and you're watching Monday Night Raw.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Marietta, Georgia, weighing 223 pounds, the United States Champion, Cody Rhodes.
Well, we're kicking things off with a superstar that was not advertised for the final Raw before Elimination Chamber. But he is stepping up to the plate to fill in for someone that says they don't need to compete here on Raw right now. They would rather save their in-ring return for the right stage, and that is the King of the Ring tournament. We're talking about The Rock. He is not competing here tonight. The Rock has said no. So Cody Rhodes, the United States Champion, has decided to step up and fill his space in this match between Mick Foley and what was supposed to be The Rock. But basically, I announced this last week on Raw, we're supposed to be getting tastes of these King of the Ring tournament matches / the Elimination Chamber, potentially even a WrestleMania preview in one of these matches that's happening here tonight on Raw, but The Rock has decided that he will not be partaking. All other 9 participants in the Chamber and tournament combined are here tonight. And of course, we're starting things off. Mick Foley, who has been on a big rise lately. This might finally be his time to claim the top. But the question is, will he be willing to take down Stone Cold Steve Austin? Or is he using Austin, perhaps, to get to the WWE Championship? There's many questions to be asked about Foley's intentions right now. Come on, finish up your entrance. So here we go, Mick Foley and Cody Rhodes to start things off here on Monday Night Raw. And it's going to be an eventful night, that is for damn sure. We're going to be finding out who's going into the tournament and the Elimination Chamber match from Raw with the most momentum. That main event, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the WWE Champion, up against Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan will meet Diesel in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament, whilst Mick Foley will be in the Elimination Chamber. His opponent tonight was supposed to be The Rock, who will face Randy Orton in the first round of the tournament as well. Rock and Orton, a lot of untapped potential between those two. A history that has kind of led to mystery in between the two. We don't know who is going to be advancing between those two. They've never actually had as well. I mean, let me rephrase that. They've never, since becoming WWE Champion, had a match against each other. This King of the Ring tournament matchup between Randy Orton and The Rock is, I think, 2 years in the making. It'll be poetic justice for one of the two. I would say that they both have wronged each other in a big way. And I don't really know which side is the right side, so to speak. So I'm interested in that one because I think it's quite a divisive match, Randy Orton and The Rock. Obviously, I think a lot of people, you know, when you have a reign as long as The Rock's WWE Championship reign was, there's going to be a lot of people that they grew to love that reign and they want to see it again. They want to see that championship back where they feel it belongs. But there's also going to be that crowd that feels, I hope The Rock gets nowhere near the WWE Championship again. I will say this, though, with all the momentum riding behind The Rock, he's got to be an odds-on favorite to win the King of the Ring tournament. But does momentum go out the window when a new formula arrives? Because whoever makes it through the King of the Ring tournament will have to beat 3 different opponents in one night, including a SmackDown superstar if they're from Raw, or vice versa. Mick Foley has been getting so much momentum lately. I mean, he holds a victory over the former WWE Champion, Randy Orton. That could go a long way for him. And my window has just randomly popped up. There we go. I was doing a file transfer. I don't know if that was affecting the recording at all, so I'm sorry if it did. It shouldn't have done. And if it did, be sure to send all of your complaints to contact@WWE.com. That is my support email. Don't actually do that. Cody Rhodes is someone who had some incredible momentum, and for him to step up here tonight and willingly compete against the top contender for the WWE Championship speaks volumes about how ready to potentially step up to the WWE Championship Cody Rhodes feels he is. And I wonder if that is in the future for Cody, if he will be a future WWE Champion or World Heavyweight Champion, depending on what the draft leads to being, not only him, but the championship and the brand that he's on. Of course, champions are eligible in the draft, and we've seen the titles. I think every title has changed its allocated brand throughout time. No title, I think, has ever been permanent on the brand that they're on. Mick Foley setting Cody Rhodes up on the table, and this is a little uncalled for, Mick. This doesn't really have anything to do with Cody, but I guess he's trying to get a message across that he's ready for the Elimination Chamber, and that might have just done it. Double arm DDT. Through the table goes Cody Rhodes. And the referee up to 6, but of course, in traditional fashion, just a heroic return here, I guess you could say, for Cody Rhodes. Back in action. Belly to belly. Foley goes for the cover on Cody, and just a 2. Oh boy. There it is. There's the finish. Season 4. Season 4. Season 4. Season 4. Season 4. Oh, okay. I feel like if you say it enough times, it doesn't happen. Like, the game gets, like, self-conscious. It's like, ooh. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do that. It's got a point. Bulldog.
Oh, God, Foley's hurt. He must be in excruciating pain.
Cody going in for the cover, and just a 1. Youch. DDT. Foley really not letting up on Cody Rhodes. I mean, the thing is, of course, a win over Cody tonight, if he comes up short in the chamber, he could always go for the United States Championship. Cody fights out. What heart on Cody Rhodes. But Mick Foley just doesn't let up. Cover attempt. Just a 2. Oh boy. I would say yes. Submission hold. Foley, nope. Cody picking him up for an Alabama slam. Now, he's not won a lot of matches with that match, but that move, but he has won matches, and tonight is not going to be one of those occasions. Never mind. I really thought that I was going to get to say that it was. Crossroads by Cody. Crowd gone very flat here. Might have a very pro Foley crowd here tonight. And they're not too happy with this. Oh, was it a Crossroads? I'll be honest, I blinked and missed it. I think it was. If it was, 1 is pretty brutal. Cover attempt, only a 2. And now Mick Foley, double arm DDT once again. That's got to be it. Center of the ring. This will be the first time Cody's lost in a long time here. But Foley, and you know what? That future WWE Champion sign pointing directly to where Mick Foley is. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Could that be foreshadowing?
Here is your winner, Mick Foley.
Well, I respect Cody Rhodes for stepping up here tonight in place of The Rock, who said nana. But yeah, unfortunately, that did not work out for Cody Rhodes. Mick Foley getting a, I suppose, much needed win. To be fair, the man is ready to challenge for the WWE Championship, and obviously that title is in possession by his buddy Stone Cold Steve Austin. We'll see if Austin can beat Hulk Hogan in the main event here tonight. Foley continues to pick up momentum on top of momentum on top of momentum as we move on here tonight.
his way to the ring. From Ayr, Scotland, weighing 256 pounds, Drew McIntyre.
Well, the rest of this episode is going to feel extremely cast now because I recorded the one match that you saw at the start of this show yesterday, and then I had a company that ended up staying a little longer than I was expecting, and I never got to finish this episode off after the first match. So I have no idea what I said in the first match. I don't remember anything to do with it at all. It's all just it was all a dream. I believe Mick Foley beat Cody Rhodes. I believe that I can at least tell you that. Well, that's right, we're focusing on the King of the Ring / Elimination Chamber previews, and here tonight we've got two people who will both be in the chamber against each other, one-on-one.
From Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 215 pounds, Dean Ambrose.
Well, Dean Ambrose sets foot in the Elimination Chamber for his first ever WWE Championship opportunity this Sunday, just 6 days from now. And it'll be interesting to find out if this is some kind of career-defining breakout moment for Dean Ambrose. But with WrestleMania just around the corner, anything is possible. I will tell you now, I don't know how well Dean Ambrose is prepared for the concept of a WrestleMania main event, but he is a phenomenal competitor, and I think he could definitely fill that space very well. As could Drew, I have to admit. I still think he's got a little something in him. We have the WWE Championship on the line this Sunday, and Mick Foley going into the chamber with a lot of momentum. We'll see if Dean Ambrose or Drew McIntyre can continue to do that. Last week, McIntyre and his buddies Jinder and Heath lost 2 on 3 to the WWE Champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and his, I'm going to say buddy with air quotes, Mick Foley. So McIntyre not coming in feeling too hot tonight, I'd imagine, but he can bounce back. Also, I woke up like really not that long ago, so if I sound a little bit stuffy, that's why. I'm one of those people that wakes up like kind of congested, and it takes like a while for it to pass, but I didn't want to waste any time. I didn't want to risk anything because I have today and tomorrow left of my like space of like the next week to record this series, and I really don't want to have to wait another week to do Elimination Chamber. So hopefully I'll be alright for this episode of Raw and NXT. I'll probably leave SmackDown and Elimination Chamber for tomorrow, but I'm gonna do everything I can to get these episodes out and as good as I can do them. Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre, they've got a lot of history between these two, actually. Ever since The Shield arrived here on Raw, I feel like 3MB felt maybe a little threatened that there was another 3-man group on the show. And The Shield has gotten the best of 3MB pretty much every time they've set foot in the ring. We'll see if perhaps that momentum can shift here tonight and Drew can actually pick up a rare win over Dean Ambrose. No sign of Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns in this one-on-one match, at least not right now. Obviously, at this point in time, I'd say it's pretty safe to say Rollins and Reigns are making it to WrestleMania with the WWE Tag Team Championships. But the question is, who are they facing at WrestleMania for their Tag Team Championships? If they are to make it to WrestleMania, of course. I don't feel like there's a lot of tag teams right now that really can step up. And, I mean, obviously, an opportunity is an opportunity. And it's going to be something big for whoever does make it to WrestleMania and get that tag title opportunity. But right now, I'm not too sure who is on the level that is ready to take on the Shield. And what a difference it could make if Dean Ambrose is then also to walk in to WrestleMania with the WWE Championship. Imagine that, the Shield with the WWE Championship and WWE Tag Team Championships. That would be, well, that'd be pretty incredible, honestly. It'd definitely be a big way to finish off the season for a group that only debuted in this season. Of course, personally, though, I'm personally, I don't have any influence in these matches if it wasn't obvious, but personally, I'm rooting for Stone Cold Steve Austin to make it through with the championship intact. I want to see that title get defended successfully just a little more than it is right now. That and the World Heavyweight title. I want John Cena and... I don't normally root for that, but I want John Cena and Stone Cold to survive their chamber matches. I won't be doing anything about it. I have made that like a common thing in the series at this point in time, is that I'm trying to just kind of let the whatever happens happen, including McIntyre beating Austin the other day. But I can still root for certain outcomes, and a flatliner almost was a win for Drew McIntyre. Now he's gone for, I guess, the future shock. Great reversal animation. Really doesn't give away that he's getting reversed at all. And Dean Ambrose, he says bang bang. And a headlock driver into the mat by Dean Ambrose. Pulling Drew away from the ropes. Could have wasted a little time doing that, but we'll see. No, there you go. Drew McIntyre defeated once again, unfortunately, on his road to the WWE title. You never know, though. Sometimes you bounce back real big, and that could be what happens for Drew.
Here is your winner, Dean Ambrose.
He gets a big victory.
Let's definitely say these are two guys that going into the Elimination Chamber feel like the underdogs. And here tonight it was Dean Ambrose who was the better man and defeated Drew McIntyre. But now we move on to our next match of the night. A very interesting one-on-one match, might I add. The brand new Raw superstar Diesel faces off against The Miz. One-on-one up next. Well, The Miz is one of two former champions. Well, I guess he's the only former champion, considering Austin is the current champion, if you want to be real technical. Miz is the only former champion going into the Elimination Chamber. He's the only man in that match to challenge Austin that has formerly held the WWE title. And Miz has had a really rough time trying to get back anywhere near the WWE Championship, but maybe, just maybe, the Elimination Chamber match will be exactly where he avenges it. I mean, the Chamber is very important to The Miz because it's where his first and only title reign came to an end when he lost to John Cena 2 years ago.
Approaching the ring from Detroit, Michigan, weighing 317 pounds, Big Daddy Cool, Diesel.
I tell you, this man right here, he says he is looking forward to absolutely laying in to Hulk Hogan this Sunday in the King of the Ring tournament. Hogan has had a very horrible reign of power over two men throughout the last year, and that is the former Scott Hall and the former Kevin Nash. And we miss them both very much. Here's Diesel to step up and avenge his twin brother, Kevin Nash. I'm not going to keep this up for much longer, don't worry. If you're sick of this, I'll stop. So The Miz and Diesel, this is only Diesel's second match here since becoming the new addition to Raw, and his third ever match is going to be in the King of the Ring tournament, which might also be his fourth or fifth if he makes it to the finals. I definitely think he's got a size advantage over a lot of the guys in the King of the Ring tournament, but of course I feel like, you know, in terms of size, he's very evenly matched with the likes of Undertaker and Kane over from the SmackDown bracket. And we've got some real blood feuds going into that King of the Ring tournament, whether you're talking about Randy Orton and The Rock in the first round. Obviously, they've got a lot of history with each other. Diesel, Hulk Hogan, they've definitely got a lot of history with each other. Undertaker and Kane, of course, that one goes back many years. And Edge and CM Punk, they've had their issues in the past, but what's most important about the situation with Edge and CM Punk is that it's two superstars with the exact same level of motivation right now. They are both desperate to get their hands on a title that they both feel they had very short-lived reigns with. I would definitely say Edge's argument when it comes to short-lived reigns is a little more valid than CM Punk's. CM Punk did at least get like a month with the World Heavyweight title, whereas Edge really only got to touch that championship for a little bit, like a couple minutes, before being cashed in on, coming on 3 years ago. But obviously, it could be a big night for any of the competitors in the King of the Ring tournament, and I think that's going to be a very interesting tournament. The Miz here, though, I mean, this guy he's done it all. He's a very, very decorated superstar. I feel like ever since this series began, he's just accomplished one thing after another. But one thing that he's not had, I believe, at all ever, is a world title match at WrestleMania. So for him, winning the Chamber is so important. I mean, I feel like the run that The Miz had when he was WWE Champion 2 years ago, I feel like he was destined to headline WrestleMania 2 with the WWE Championship. But John Cena came in and ended things for The Miz for the WWE Championship. And it is something that The Miz has not forgotten about after all this time. I can assure you that. Diesel is just making an example out of The Miz. And, you know, I wonder if the team of Miz and Ziggler are still a thing. I feel like they had such a good run as a tag team that I hope that wasn't a one-off situation where they failed to win the titles and they just let it go. Haven't seen anything to do with them in recent history. Obviously, they both tried to qualify for the Elimination Chamber matchup. Ziggler was not successful, Miz was. And right now, everything is just focusing on the King of the Ring and the Chamber. We'll get back to kind of a more regular, varied competition. Not offense. In the next 5 weeks, because that's right, there's only 5 more Raws left in this season. I cannot believe it. And yet I feel like it's still so far away. Bear hug here. Diesel caught Miz, sorry, and I guess that's just how everyone takes the bear hug. Everyone breaks their neck with the bear hug. Big boot, no! Great reversal there by The Miz. Don't really know how he managed that from a big boot attempt, but he did. Never underestimate the speed and quick thinking of The Miz, I guess. Pick the midsection by Diesel. Oh, boy. And that right there, jackknife powerbomb. I think that might be it. Well, maybe not. I mean, he may have wasted a little too much time here. Cover attempt. Is this going to be the finishing point of the match? No, Miz kicked out. And that's the thing. You don't become WWE champion, even with Miz having defeated Austin via Money in the Bank cash-in. You know, he did hold that title for a long time. He has gone against some very tough opponents. You have to give it to The Miz. He's really someone who I think has grown throughout his career and has always been very impressive. Surviving the jackknife is just another example of how impressive he can be. Oh, drives the face of Diesel into the concrete on the outside. That's one way to weaken your opponent. I feel like preservation is a really important thing for everyone competing here tonight on Raw as well, because obviously the more they can preserve themselves for the Chamber or the King of the Ring tournament this Sunday, the better. Two very similar elimination style situations, but I wonder which one would technically be considered harder. I mean, the Chamber is just one match, but the Chamber is a very dangerous match, one of the most dangerous matches of all time. Skull-crushing finale! And obviously it's 5 people at the same time against you, whereas the King of the Ring tournament... Hang on a minute here. Is this going to be the end? No. Yeah, the King of the Ring tournament, obviously, that's 3 separate matches. And on paper, you'd look at it and you go, well, that's going to be easier. But each one of those matches, if you're making it through the finals and winning the whole tournament, you're going to be more and more worn down, and you're the #1 and only focus of your opponents in each match. Whereas in the chamber, you can play it smart. You can kind of sit things out. Obviously, whoever comes out in the final pod, they're a little bit more well-rested than whoever starts the match off and so on. I don't know. I feel like they both have some very interesting factors, and I don't know which one's going to be the harder one to survive this Sunday. That's it. Wait. Let's... What the fuck? Why is there a Let's Go Miz, Let's Go Diesel dueling chant in the game? What the fuck? Guys, have I just heard a crowd chant that like no one in the history of playing this game ever has heard? They were genuinely dual chanting Let's Go Miz, Let's Go Diesel. And I know people can like argue like, oh, it was probably just two different chants in the game, like layered, you know, in a way that like it just sounds like that. But like, no, they don't do that in this game. Dual chants only play for specific matches. That's why you never hear like Let's Go Cena, Let's Go other name or whatever. Why is there a Let's Go Miz, Let's Go Diesel dual chant? What the fuck have I just heard? A jackknife powerbomb? Was this like someone's dream match? Cover attempt here on the Miz from the jackknife and Diesel wins. Well, that is a very, very good sign for Diesel and a very bad sign for Hulk Hogan and I guess the Miz here tonight as well, actually. Diesel just defeated a former WWE champion.
Here is your winner, Big Daddy Cool, Diesel.
I seriously can't get over the fact I just heard a Let's Go Miz, Let's Go Diesel dual chant. Like, there's no way these two ever really crossed paths. I know Nash had a little comeback in like 2012, I think it was. Maybe 13, I can't remember which year at this point, but like, Miz wasn't involved in that. They didn't have any matches. What the hell? Guys, I feel like I'm losing my mind. What? Well, this is definitely a unusual match that has not happened before, but Randy Orton, the former WWE champion, is set to go one-on-one with Yokozuna. This match here tonight features once again someone in the King of the Ring tournament up against someone in the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber. Very low percentage chance, don't get me wrong, but this could be one of the WrestleMania main events. If Orton wins the King of the Ring tournament, Yokozuna wins the WWE Championship, Chris Jericho picks the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania, this match would happen again for the gold at WrestleMania. That is entirely possible. Yokozuna gets his first opportunity to become WWE Champion inside the chamber this Sunday, but as for Randy Orton, he'll finally set foot in the ring one-on-one with The Rock. They've had a lot of history with each other, but somehow not a one-on-one match since either of them have held the WWE title. And I'm very intrigued to find out who is the bigger and better man between Randy Orton and The Rock. I've got to say, historically speaking, it's got to be The Rock, but Randy Orton can be very resourceful. What a shitty ring announcer. Sorry. I just heard the way Justin Roberts introduced Yokozuna and I was like, God, this guy sucks. Yokozuna coming down to the ring here. And I mean, I think he shocked a lot of people when he beat Batista last week. I definitely did not foresee Yokozuna beating Batista. I think he deserves the win, obviously. You know, he earned it. He was impressive. He's been impressive. But I just kind of figured Batista, you know. This guy's been so dead set on the WWE Championship for such a long time. I felt like it was maybe finally going to be his time. But Yokozuna, obviously, he's never really been able to get a shot at the WWE Championship. And now that is on the horizon for him. Obviously, it's with 4 other people challenging for it as well. But it's pretty big, don't get me wrong. Like, Yokozuna, I mean, one shot can be all you need sometimes. I just wish this guy's entrance wasn't like 1,000,000 years long. There he is. One of the biggest men in the entire WWE roster. So, Yokozuna gonna start things off by shoving down Randy Orton, okay. And obviously, the thing you've got to keep in mind right now is Randy Orton has not been riding a lot of momentum. Randy Orton is actually more so in the Elimination Chamber, the King of the Ring tournament, based on his history as a multi-time world champion. But in recent memory, Randy Orton has, I don't want to be too disrespectful because this is literally a living legend in the ring right now, but Randy Orton has really, really lost a lot of momentum. You know, he's had 2 back-to-back WWE Championship reigns, which to a lot of people, that sounds like a dream come true, but both of those reigns were so short-lived in recent history. But he was the one, I guess you could say, to argue the reign of The Rock. To end the reign of The Rock, the longest WWE Championship reign and World Championship reign in history in the series. And that is nothing to be sniffed at, you know. Randy Orton, whether you agree with the way he did it or not, is a whole other situation, you know. Money in the Bank is obviously, there's always a little bit of an asterisk of like, could they have really done it without the cash in and so on, but we'll find out this Sunday when Randy Orton and The Rock go one-on-one. We've not seen The Rock on Raw since he laid Randy Orton out with a rock bottom. I was about to say an RKO, that would have been very incorrect. He laid Randy Orton out with a rock bottom in a surprising return to close out Raw a couple weeks back, immediately following the Royal Rumble. And he has not made an appearance on Raw since. The Rock is pissed off, he's focused, he's fired up. He really wants to lay it in to Randy Orton after what Orton took from him. And that is how he will be kicking off the King of the Ring tournament in his first round matchup. And for Randy Orton or The Rock, one of those two will be advancing. Obviously, that's how tournaments work. That's stupid. What a WWE Vince McMahon feeding lines in a Michael Cole line. I just said that. Well, Randy Orton kind of getting a very familiar experience to what we normally see from him in recent history. Getting absolutely annihilated by Yokozuna. I mean, no disrespect to Randy, but I feel like maybe he should have held on to that Money in the Bank briefcase a little longer. I understand that revenge was on the mind. You know, the way he cashed in The Rock was the way The Rock cashed in on him. I get it. But I feel like Randy should have maybe built a little momentum for himself before going straight to the top, because I feel like he's had a very hard fall. And again, that's not easy for me to say considering who we're talking about here, but Randy really just has not been on his A game lately. I feel like I'm burying Randy right now, and I don't mean to be. I mean, he has had a pretty bad run since coming here to Raw, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that at all. Yokozuna is about to make it a little worse, as he is absolutely destroying Randy. This is brutal. Let's go. No, okay. I thought for a minute that was definitely it. TNA gut check? the TNA gut check? No way.
I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far. It's been so physical.
Well, a good exploder there by Randy.
Man, that was a vicious elbow drop. And he gets out
Maybe
of
he
the
can
way.
find himself back in this.
Oh man, how do you beat
Oh, man.
do that to you? When Monday Night Raw heads to your neck of the woods, do yourself a
Yokozuna.
favor and go be
Uh-oh.
a part of the
Oh,
longest
boy.
running weekly episodic
Uh-oh.
television show in history.
Nighty night, Randy. Nice to see ya. But I think this one's over. Bonsai! Ooh, right across the chest. Yokozuna. It's over.
Whether you like it or not, there's the match right there.
That is unfortunate for Randy, but very definitive finish for Yokozuna. This guy is going to be such a hard one to take down in the Elimination Chamber. Mark my words.
Either way, nobody has anything
This
to
guy, unless he is literally kicking off the Elimination Chamber, and even then, I don't know, I think he could still go pretty damn far. He's got a very good chance of leaving the Elimination Chamber with the WWE Championship. Well, either way, we still have one more match for you here tonight. Hulk Hogan is set to face off against Stone Cold Steve Austin. The WWE Champion meets Hulk Hogan one-on-one in our main event next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, weighing 280 pounds, Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Well, Hulk Hogan gets the main event here tonight on Raw, and I'm sure he is loving that. But this Sunday, he meets the wrath of Diesel in the first round match of the King of the Ring tournament. And I gotta tell you, brother, based on the history of Hulk Hogan's success, I don't think he's making it past the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. I feel like Diesel is going to absolutely unleash hell on Hulk Hogan. And I don't see this guy getting anywhere near the WrestleMania main event. I don't think this guy's getting a WWE title shot. I don't think he's getting a World Heavyweight title shot. I think he's going to have to really dig down deep and find something for him at WrestleMania. But I don't know what that's going to be. But I'll tell you what, dude, he is not competing for a world title at WrestleMania. That is my honest, bold prediction. Spoiler even. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Hogan has historically had a lot of title shots back during The Rock's WWE title reign, including 3-on-1. The NWO were unable to end The Rock's reign. I just don't see it happen. And this man right here is about to give Hulk Hogan a taste of what it's like to be a WWE champion.
From Victoria, Texas, weighing 252 pounds, the WWE Champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It came a little out of nowhere when he finally won this title at the Royal Rumble, but I'll tell you what, Stone Cold Steve Austin is someone that I've been pulling for seeing at the top again for a long time, and that title looks right at home in the hands of the Texas Rattlesnake, and I hope to God this man finds himself somewhere at WrestleMania if he's not WWE Champion, because this is one of the best of all time. This is a guy who puts butts in seats. He's who everybody wants to see, and right now he is in his second reign as WWE Champion. Now these titles do not stop changing hands. They cannot and they will not stop changing hands. But I think Austin and Cena, these are the guys that are going to carry us into the future, bro. I think there's a lot of untapped potential in these two, dude. Really, I think Austin's in for a very good reign. I mean, remember, his last reign only ended because of a Money in the Bank cash-in. So he's safe for at least a few months, if you go off that theory. And, you know, perhaps this is my imagination running a little wild, but I actually think what would be perhaps one of the most fascinating potential matches to come from the King of the Ring and the Elimination Chamber would be Stone Cold Steve Austin retaining the WWE title in the Chamber, and then The Rock winning the King of the Ring tournament. Because the roles would be completely reversed in the main event of WrestleMania. Every time those two step foot in the ring with each other throughout the past season, whilst The Rock was WWE champion, they've had a couple of matches. Extreme Rules 2 out of 3 falls, Rock retained. Hell in a Cell WWE Championship match, Rock retained. In fact, it was the Hell in a Cell WWE Championship match where Austin lost to The Rock. At least I think it was Austin. It might have been Batista, actually. I'm pretty sure it was Austin. Sorry, my memory's not that great. But I'm pretty sure it was Austin. I'm pretty sure they've had two big-time face-offs for the WWE title, and each time The Rock came out on top. What happens if in their third face-off, the roles are reversed? It's Austin coming in as the WWE champion. Does The Rock just beat him a third time? Or, you know, is Austin maybe now finally found what it takes to be the very best here on Raw? Because that's the thing is, you know, you can argue this guy's the best, this guy's the best. The Rock never rightfully lost the WWE Championship. He was cashed in on after a Hell in a Cell match against one of Raw's absolute best, taking advantage of in a very weakened state. And that's the thing is now The Rock is back. We haven't seen him in a single match since he was pinned for his WWE Championship. We'll find out if he still is the very best on Raw in the King of the Ring tournament.
And that's a stiff kick.
If you're just tuning in, I don't know how you did, because this is not live. This is a recorded video. Only my event. Well, to be fair, even the PLEs as they call them, even they're not live. They're just premiered. not the same. It's pre-recorded, but it's aired. If you go there on the day and the time in which it airs, you're technically watching it as live as it gets. It's just I'm not actively recording it. Like, I've recorded it in advance, but you're seeing it live first for the first time. That's about as close to live as we get. And of course that will once again be happening for the Elimination Chamber. Based on my regular uploading schedule, I would say, if you want an idea of when that will be, in case you really want to be there, that will be 3 days from the day this goes up. And it will be at the regular time in which all these episodes get uploaded, which I believe is 1 p.m. EST, 6 p.m. my time. So there you go. Mark it down in your calendars. Maybe don't do that. Do people even use calendars anymore? I hope to see you guys there. Royal Rumble was really fun with people actually like talking in the chat and stuff, because I stick around for those. I'm actually there in the chat. I will respond to people as long as I'm awake anyway. I mean, I might be asleep when it's airing, but I will try to be there for it live, and I've been there for TLC and the Rumble at the very least. I'll try to be there and actually respond to people and stuff when it's premiering. I think it adds a lot to the show.
Almost saying I could do that too. Almost? What do you call that?
Side suplex there by Stone Cold Steve. Oh my god, that came out of nowhere with those elbows. And now Austin into the cover. Oh my god. I thought Hogan was finished there and then. Bulldog by Hulk Hogan. Imagine Hogan beating Austin tonight. You may not have to imagine that. 50-50 booking, 2K14 style, brother. That can happen on any given night. I got a suggestion recently to adjust the sliders. My brother in Christ, this is the sliders adjusted. This game is worse without what I've done. Oh my god, I thought that was it.
And now the toll of this very physical contest is beginning to show on his body.
I mean, listen, I've gone over this subject a lot of times, so I won't go on. But I will just say this. These games weren't made for simulations like this. That's the reason why these matches sometimes suck in the finishes. Is because they weren't really... This wasn't something they had in mind when they were making them. I get it. I understand. Like, I've said this before. If you play this just with friends and like casually and online or whatever, you probably had a great time. I will never discredit that. When I say this game sucks, I mean as like a series to do. 30 Years WrestleMania is an amazing mode. It's incredible. This game's story mode holds up so well that they reattempted it 10 years later and made it absolute dog shit. I feel like that says it all. It's very flashy, you know, the new graphics and stuff, but fucking... These new showcases are such ass. They suck so much. The best, I will forever say, the best showcase they ever did was the Austin one in 16. They should have done more like that. One guy spanning his legendary career, or a very legendary run, I guess you could even do. You know, like the streak with Undertaker, for example. Not skipping over several important parts. Getting as much of the important shit as you can with who you have the rights to. Yeah, I'm not talking like Rey Mysterio's god-awful career mode in 22, or the many times Cena lost in 23. I mean, like, Austin's was great. It was just all of his best moments, and Austin channeling the power of Tozawa there as he goes for the stunner. He lays Hulk Hogan out. Austin, that's nasty. And now Hogan coming off the ropes, like, just no-sold the stunner. That is the most Hulk Hogan thing I've seen in a while. Cover attempt here by Austin. That don't work for me, dude. I cannot believe Austin just no-sold this. It wasn't even a comeback. He just stood up instantly. How did he do that? They put Hogan no-selling in the game? That's crazy. A cover attempt here by Hogan on Austin. And only a 2 count.
And this is where Austin is the most dangerous. When his back is up against the wall. He was able to reverse that.
And these two really going at it. And they got to preserve themselves because one is walking in with a title defense this Sunday in the chamber, and the other is entering, hopefully, in his eyes at least, not hopefully for me, 3 King of the Ring tournament matches. I think Hulk Hogan might be a bigger jabroni than Chris Jericho, and that's hard for me to say.
Did you hear how his leg connected? Oh, don't do this.
I really can't stand Chris Jericho, but I especially can't stand Hulk Hogan. Oh boy, I believe 50-50 booking, baby. Hulk Hogan getting a win over Austin. You betcha. Well, there it is, everybody. Hulk Hogan. I guess he did win in the main event. I didn't think he would. 2K14 said, fuck your bushes. This week, I like this guy. That's what 14 said. Anyway, where'd Austin go? Well, it's time for this guy to do some hot dogging and some... I can't remember the other word. Anyway, Hulk Hogan wins. Whatever, we move on. This guy, I think he's going to get decimated by Diesel. He's not making it past Diesel in the King of the Tournament. Mark my words, he's not making it past Diesel. No way. I'd be surprised if he even makes it into a match at WrestleMania. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, moving on. We'll see you guys on NXT. Thumbs up for NXT.